Hello everyone, Andrew of Fixology, and today we have a first on the channel and something I haven't done in a long time. I have a cell phone here. It is a OnePlus Nord N10. So one of the OnePlus phones, which you don't hear about too much here. I know I might be getting my information wrong, but I think they're a lot more popular along the coast and possibly into like overseas. I know I've heard of people who have them down south as well, but they seem to be popular. Not at least in my area. Mostly we have like just the regular Apple and the Samsung devices. But anyways, the OnePlus is very similar to the A series on cell phones, like the A12 that I did on the channel, and it's a frameless repair. So it's going to be that more tough repair, but it's cheaper to do in the event you know what you're doing. So first thing I did is, like with all of my devices, is it's been on the hot plate for about 5-10 minutes just to get it nice and warm in the back, because we do need to remove the back on this, which it is a plastic back, so we don't have to worry about breaking it, but you can still bend it if you are not careful. So that's what we'll start with doing, is just by removing the back. And just got to get that initial opening. There we go. There we go, nice and easy in. And then I will take my pick. Well, first, actually, this is a little tight. So, unfortunately, with plastic, the heat dissipates a lot faster, so you got to move quicker. But there's really not much on the back that you can damage, as long as you don't stick in anything too deep. So, and there it goes. That's what I was worried about, it popping up. There we go. Get that there, get a second one in there to hold everything in place. Going up, keeping to the edge as much as possible. And then we're going to start working our way around it. Here, I don't want to go too deep in. Just want to go nice and easy. There we go. Then I'll do the same on this side, because I want to keep it nice and even across the entire opening. That way there's no snags or anything like that. Now, normally around the camera there's a little more adhesive, so it might give you a little bit of problem, so you might have to adjust accordingly. There we go. Go. Perfect. All right, there we are. Nice and easy come off. And like I said, it's a plastic, don't worry about it cracking, but you can still bend them weird, so you can end up with like weird like pressure marks on the side if you're not too careful. Luckily in this one, almost no damage, a little bit of paint damage on the bottom here, but that's nothing compared to what it could be. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. So next step. Do I have two of the same? No, I don't. Okay. My brain's not working very well. All right. So now the OnePluses are very similar to the Samsung, to the A series. So if we just follow them similar to that, so it's going to have a bunch of screws in the back to hold the frame together. And I'm using my double O Phillips head for that. There's going to probably be, I don't know, roughly a dozen screws or so. But they are all the same on the back, so that makes it nice and easy for watching everything. Put it all right in here. Hope you guys are having a good holiday season so far. Mine's been okay. Unfortunately, with work, everybody being understaffed, we're running more hours than normal, and it's that time of the year where we're busier. So we are doing what we can to keep going. And because of that, I'm not as chatty today, unfortunately. So I'll try and fill the void as much as possible. But I've just been dead tired this, well, probably the last couple weeks. But this week isn't going much better. I don't have an off day until next Tuesday. So in the middle of the week, not a very good off day. But you know, you kind of just have to roll with it. Put your head down and just grind it out. Eventually it'll all come back good on me, but until then, just gotta hold on. Alright, so we got all the screws out. And then what we gotta do is we need to separate the frame from the bot. We gotta separate the mid frame from the rest of it. See which one I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start on this side. There's less on this. There's only one power button I have to worry about instead of multiple. There we go. There we go. Oh, but I did just notice we're going to need to cut this briefly. Oh, when you get to that point. Oh, and also, since we need to remove it, we need to remember to pop out the SIM tray. And there's the card. That was a little tight at the top, but I'm used to it. All I need is just one of these ends to pop off. Come on. There we go. All right. Just a little bit of love. Luckily, there's not much on the mid frame that can be damaged, but there are flexes on the inside, so you got to be careful. So if you are trying to be a little more forceful, just make sure to keep towards the edges. There we go. Okay. All right. Now this should be popping up. Awesome. Of course it's caught in the corner. Why wouldn't it be? Seriously? I swear to God, if there's a screw underneath this white piece. Ah, of course there is. Don't see that too often where it's actually one hidden underneath a warranty screw. Well, at least we caught it before it caused anything weird to happen. There we go. Boom. All right, mid-frame is off. As much as I would have loved just to pop the bottom off, it just doesn't work that way. All right, so let's see here where we got a little different. So, looks like we got some secondary screws under here to hold down the loudspeaker. Which that's what this is, loudspeaker and probably an antenna, or there's an antenna connection down there. You can see that they run up along the side right here. All right, first things first though is I'm going to disconnect the battery. That guy right there, perfect. Don't need to worry about disturbing any of this lining. Yeah, loudspeaker. Put that right up here, all the other parts. And then, so what we have here is we have the connection to the screen right there. Or it should be. You know, just for safety's sake, I'm going to pop off this daughter board here. When I was boning up on the repair, it said I didn't need to do this, but I wonder if maybe I was sent wrong information. I mean, hell, it's even got the same kind of sister board setup as the 12 and the AOs and the A0 series. I'm gonna put that back. So let's put that back on the hot plate. Just gonna check something real quick. Oh, got it. It's up here. There we go. All right. So I will have to, unfortunately, move these out of the way. But if I remember, I shouldn't. Come on. Nice and easy. You know, I'm actually gonna pop this home button off real quick. But if I pull that back and pop you off. Now just double checking. Yeah, it should just pop right through the back. All right. Okay, so we're good. I was overthinking it. So we're gonna put that onto the hot plate then. So yeah, pretty easy, fairly simple repair. Like I said, I had to bone up on it a little bit because I haven't done a OnePlus in a long time. You don't see them around as often as the Samsungs, but I do know they're pretty decent phone. They're going to be like a mid-range price, I think, depending on which model you go with. They're going to be like $300 to $600, as opposed to flagship ones, which are like the S series of the Samsungs or the iPhones, the new ones that came out, you know, 14s and the 22s. Those guys are going to range anywhere from like $800 to $1,500, possibly more, depending on what you want to get with it. So. Just give me a couple minutes while that heats up, and I will continue on with the repair. I will be right back.
Now, guys, look at the gas for tearing.
All right, I'm back.
Mostly out. Now that means
I'm back, and now we are going to separate the screen from the frame. So how we do with the mid frame, we're going to look for the seam on the side here, which there's going to be a plastic and then a little bit of glass. So we're going to want to look for a piece that's going to be not super broken, because you need to put a little bit of pressure on it, otherwise it's going to splinter out more. And these are a tighter fit, so you're definitely going to need to wiggle at it until you get something to slide in, which I might end up needing something thinner to get in here. All I got to do is get one point in and we're good. Or I can always just do the suction trick. Come on. There we go. Which the screen's broken already, so you're going to probably damage the LCD. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it is extremely hard to remove screens like these from their frames without causing damage to the actual picture, the LCD portion. People probably have, if you have one of those OCTA, one of the display removal devices, you might be able to get away with it, but obviously I don't have anything like that because I don't have, you know, $1,000 just burning a hole in my pocket for something like this. But on the plus side, there's nothing on the back side of these you can damage. I mean, if you look at the new part, there's, except for the actual connectors at the bottom of the screen, which those come new anyways. If you manage to tear those, big whoop. There's absolutely nothing here that can be damaged. So you can go a little more crazy on it if you need to. But I'm pretty much going to treat it the same way as I did with the back glasses. A little bit of it, a little bit of alcohol, an extra pick, and then I'm just going to work my way down the sides here. And this is cracked, so it's going to be more difficult than usual to get it off. If you're uncomfortable working broke glasses at the time, I would recommend putting some gloves on. Some either like glass-proof ones, or just some like thicker nitrile or latex gloves, whatever you prefer is. I prefer the nitrile ones. The latex ones feel weird, and they kind of smell funny. Yeah, when you get the broken glass ones, you need something thinner in there to get it to keep it going, because you can't quite get the edge of it. Or I guess if I get thinner guitar picks, which I do need to pick up. These ones are good, but they're just really, really thick ones for no reason. And I'm trying really hard to keep this in frame. But unfortunately, with how these are made, with what I'm doing, it's kind of one of those things you kind of just have to bear with me. But if you watch my other videos, or you know, if you're watching how I do it here, you know, you kind of get it. You just kind of got to work at it. Each one's going to be either more or less difficult. Really nothing you can do at that point. The only thing I do wish is I was ambidextrous, so I could do this side a little better. There we go. Put that back in so it doesn't go back down. It shouldn't, but okay. All right, and then you're gonna get to the point where you can start opening it from the top, and then this makes it easy because then you can just slide all the way down the side. Actually, I think I just separated the LCD from the backlight. I think I might have just done that in accident. Oh well. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so yeah, that silver piece, that's part of the display assembly. So, well, like I said, the whole thing's getting replaced anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go like this. And that plastic layer does not want to come up. What if I entice you with a little bit of alcohol? See, that's how you always get the people, you know, give them a little bit of alcohol. Okay, so. Okay, so, all right. So maybe the boning up was wrong, because maybe it was a different OnePlus, because it told me that it just connects right up here. So I get that. I think I have to remove the battery real quick. Which isn't the end of the world, but. Although I think this has the same kind of adhesive that the iPhones do, where I can just pull it out. Let's find out. So let's pull from the side. Oh, hello. Oh, look at that. All right, nice and easy. But now I have this adhesive tape. That's on top of flexes. I don't like that at all. Okay, it's not adhesive on. Okay, it's not sticky on top of the actual, on the top of the actual flexes. That's good. Woof. Had me a little bit worried. It's definitely isn't one of my prettier repairs. Everything seems to be going opposite of what I say. There we go. All right, actually that's actually still really sticky, so I don't need to put any adhesive down. Okay. There we go. So now, boom, there we go. So normally it doesn't come off in two pieces like this, but it did. Luckily, the new ones come pre-assembled, so you don't have to worry about doing anything else like that. Looks like that has some covering on it, but I don't need to do it on that guy. I don't think so. No. Although, generally it doesn't get in the way, I might put a piece of Kapton tape on it. Just to hold it in place more than anything else. So, we'll grab that. But first, I'm going to clean up the sides here because there is some leftover goo and some leftover glass on the sides. So I'm going to take my scraper here and very gently go along the edges and go more gentle than usual because these are plastic frame, not a metal frame, so you can rip off material, which then can result in a bad seal when you put the screen back on. There we go. Just all this extra crap. Come on. This corner right here is a little bit stubborn. There we go. Anything along the top here? Yeah, it looks like we do. God, if this is an iPad or an iPhone, you can just rip through it like one or two passes. But because it's plastic, you gotta be careful so you don't dig into it or cause any damage. So it is just a lot more time consuming. But it is coming slowly but surely. Go. Luckily, this stuff isn't too sticky. Once you break that initial grip, it kind of just falls right off. Clean out the ear mesh area. A little bit of air. And that's clean. All right, so the rim is nice and clean now. So all of our garbage. What I need is a small handheld vacuum. So I can just clean it up right here instead of picking it up piece by piece. And then I have a small cardboard box I wasn't using. Oh, I moved it. Oops. Okay, so got the frame all prepped. Great. Old screen, it is garbage, so I'm going to move that off to the side. New screen, we are going to prep it. And I think this is a OEM refurbished, so I think it's an original screen, just obviously fixed up. All right, so it's got some adhesive on it, not a lot. But what I want to do is I want to just put Kapton across just this bottom piece, just to keep it from moving around on me. It's already got Kapton all over the components anyway, so there shouldn't be any grounding or any sort of weird touches, anything like that. And I still can't find my scissors. I don't know where the hell they went, so pull that up nice and tight against itself. And then I'm just gonna go like this. Okay. Just realized put that on top of some of the little stuff here. So we're going to alter that ever so slightly. There we go. All right. And then it's got a covering over here. That's just to cover the frame there. All right, and then, man, I do need my scissors. Where the heck did I put them? You know, I'm just gonna take a quick look, see if I got any of them lying around. I don't know what I did with them. Maybe I got hungry. Well, didn't find my normal scissors, but I found my kitchen shears, which are just a heavier duty of scissors. So I guess I'll just use those. It does the same thing, so I'm not worried. Okay, so we want to put adhesive. Let's see here. Adhesive there. Put it here. I couldn't find adhesive cards for this screen to save my life, so I'm sure there's something you can put like around the frame, something that's super small, like that might be less than 1 millimeter. But I have nothing that I can use for it, so we're just going with the good old Tessa tape here. All right. Put you down to the side, put you over here. Take the covering off. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to feed this flex through the hole here. And then I'm going to line up the bottom with it. Make sure the flex is all the way through. Line it up with the frame all the way around and then give it a good amount of pressure. Just go around the edges. The adhesive is in the middle, but this is totally fine because we're just trying to line it up. because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat it and I'm going to put some of my clamps on it to hold it in place while I do the full repair. Well, when I finish the repair. All right, so now what I can do here is attach you to the board. I said I'm going to attach you to the board. Don't you want to help me out? Don't you want to help out old Andrew? Whoa! Guess I'm going to go with a no on that one. Come on. Oh, you're going to be one of those, aren't you? Okay, well, it connects. I have a lot of excess, though, that's for sure. Dang. The top of the battery has some flex in it, so I should be okay with that. Oh, come on. This copper tape's getting in the way. There we go. Okay. Put that down right away to hold it in place. I'm just hooking that up temporarily just so I get it set up in the right spot. That back down. Okay. And then I'm just going to disconnect the battery again because I don't want power flowing while I'm doing this. All right, so now we are going to put the starter board with the charging port and the antenna arrays, everything back on here. Just pushes in, so connect that up. And the black cable goes into this small area. And the white one goes into these two clips, which are super small. And there's a little bit of room to pop that in. Here we go. Perfect. Ear speaker. Home button. Right there. And then I'm just going to screw the ear speaker in place so it at least will hold. And it should be these three. Easy way to tell if it's part of the mid frame or if it's for that is you just take it and line it up. If you don't see any silver through the side at all or in the holes, that means you got the right ones. So yeah, so boom, 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 that's there. Okay. Now there's nothing on here that I need attached to test it. So let's connect the battery. Battery in. Just double checking the connectors. Good, good, good. And hold that for the home button. Oops, I missed it. Come on. E. All right, we have a screen. Dull, but I think his settings might be dull, so. Just want to make sure it gets to the screen, and also I'm gonna just pull it off just pull it back in case there's any personal information on it. Nope, All right, perfect. Hit that home button. Great. Good to go. And then I will perform my full functions test when I'm done with it. But as it stands right now, we should be good to go. So now what we need to do is line everything up so we can put the mid frame back on. I like to always start at the bottom, but it's preference. I just think that the charging ports can sometimes get in the way, so I want to get those out of the way as easily as possible. And then work my way up to the top. And then you're going to want to go along the side. There you go, and listen for pops. There's one. Okay. Now this fabric stuff on plastic is super pain in the ass to try and remove, so I'm not going to try and remove it because I'll just damage the back glass. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take Tessa tape and follow the outline of the adhesive already on there. Make it a little easier, and then also I won't have to worry about anything getting in the way because I'm just following the exact traces of that. I might have to go actually on top for this stuff here, but other than that, it should be okay. Why are you up? There's a little piece that's up here. I wonder if I just didn't know it. Maybe that might have been from the crack damage. Oh yeah, the frame's actually a little bit bent here. Okay. I'll get some thinner stuff and put it on, or some narrow stuff and put it on the sides here, but I'm just going to go with the thick stuff right here for now. Ooh, these are dirty. Don't know how they managed to get dirty, but whatever. Nice and easy tape job. And then I'm just going to grab my more narrow stuff, which is hidden underneath you. Aha. Ooh. Good timing. I'm running out of space on my phone for recording. Don't know why. I might have to go through there and clean some stuff out. First off, I gotta get this stupid adhesive off here. Come here. Aha. All right. That's not good. It's stuck on itself on the side. Crap. Ooh. Don't tell me I just lost like a quarter of my roll. No, okay. Snip off the bad. So I'm just gonna go right on the edge because I want to keep the thinness as best as possible. Especially this fabric-based stuff, like you layer it up too much, then the back glass won't sit right. Or the back cover in this case, because it's not glass. So I'm just keeping it very on the edge. Which if I ever have to open it again, won't be a problem because it's not actually on the battery, so it's not going to pull anything up, and then you can always just put more stuff. Because this, I've had this stuff come off easier. The the laydown test instead of the OEM stuff. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. And if it goes over the holes of the screw, big deal. You just got to remove it before you can get to the screws. And don't have to worry about putting adhesive in the middle because there was none. It was all just focused around the outside. Around the outside. Although it is possible it could pull up some of this covering, but it's just a cover and it's plastic underneath anyway, so that if that falls off, you can just put some Kapton over the top. Or if you have that black non-conductive tape that this has, then you can always replace it. Okay, so that should be good. All right. Now we do the fun task of removing all of the covers. Sometimes I don't want to go, so you gotta press it down and then get it in there. There we go. Hopefully you guys are enjoying watching me make a fool of myself. At least I am able to fix stuff, which is nice. Sure, my techniques and my ramblings might be those of a madman, but at least I'm hoping at least it'll keep you entertained and providing good information for you. I am still working on getting an actual camera to do this all. I don't know what the hell I'm looking for. I suck when it comes to like photography, camera, stuff like that. I've never been one of those people who go around the camera everywhere or like take pictures of everything. I'm kind of photophobic. I don't like photos that much. If there are ever photos of me running around, it's normally with me giving just like a dead eye scare, a dead eye look to it, or flipping off the camera. But that's just me. So if anybody has any advice for what I should use, that'd be great. And also if they do know the cameras, then the stand that he uses too. So right now I'm just using like a standard arm bend one. You know, they go like this and they kind of like have the springs everywhere that hold it in place, which works great, but come on, focus. Focus. Huh. That's new. Come on, focus. Well, that's not good. My camera's not focusing, or my phone isn't focusing. What if, is the front dirty? Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Huh, weird. Okay, anyway. So if you guys have any suggestions for good setups for that kind of stuff, let me know. Because like I said, I'm actually want to try and make this thing work somewhat, at least get to a point where I can get paid for it. That'd be cool. And then maybe that'll eventually get me to the point where I can open up my own shop. Anyways, so I got all the adhesive off. So then all we're going to do is take our back glass. I'm going to pop it on. Make sure it's all nice and lined up with the edges. Which it is, and I am going to still heat it up just to I'm still going to heat it up and everything. Yeah, wait. Wait a minute. I think I just pulled a rookie mistake. Ah, of course I did. Well, I pulled a no-no. I forgot to put the screws back in because I'm a big idiot. So I'm going to do that ever so quickly. So yep, even people do this all the time. We still make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. All right, remember, put all the screws back before you close the phones. Don't make mistakes like Andrew does. Because Andrew has brain problems and doesn't know how to think gooder than most people's. Which, honestly, with this one, since it's held in with clips, I don't know if that make much of a difference, honestly. It's clipped together. It's got a couple screws at the bottom. It's got some good adhesive holding it in. It might not have made a difference at all. Well, still, anything you pull out of a phone, you should always put back. Unless it's damaged, then replace it, then put it back. Ugh, it's been not even the end of the week yet. It's been long, and I'm already doing crap like this. Ugh. Remember to sleep well, drink water, hydrate, yada yada. Okay, no. I definitely get sleep. I've been struggling to get that over the last week. That one's fine. Screws back in. Can't believe I forgot to do the screws. What's wrong with me? Don't answer that. It's going to be a really long list. I mean, I already got Ginger going for me, so throwing Bald on there makes it even better. Can't keep the ladies off me. One, two. Okay, that'll flatten back down. Just one more double check. All right, okay. Now let's do what I said before. Let's put the back glass back on. Start from the bottom, work my way up. Everything should kind of sink into place. And there we are. Screen's still working. So there you are, everybody. Hopefully this was helpful. As like I said, I'm going to heat it up so it gets nice and malleable, and then I'm going to put my clamps on it to get an even better press on the back. Other than that, though, we should be good to go, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.